Alright, so after you remove this guy, you can have a plate that goes here. Looks just like this plate here. And you want to get it in that fashion. There's a slots hanging out over here. These guys line up there. I don't think it fits another way. So it's all pretty lucky there. So it looks like it's going to have to back up a little. I think that'll happen. Alright, so we're going to put those in there. Those will be the button head guys. Remember those guys, alright? And put a washer on them. And don't forget, if you got that optional third eye, start shoving that wire in through there so you can get ready for that. I do not see why they won't let us use... Is this my old brake light? Our old brake light. There it is. Why I can't just attach that. It's made out of metal, maybe. I don't know. I'm going to try to see if I can stick this up there. I got to worry about some wiring. I was wondering where that went. I thought I lost it. So what's up? We stuck that on there. We're going to put the plate on, put these bolts through there. And I hope everything fits. That's it, yeah. There's some of the stuff I gotta mention. You go back to that design school, but these people just freaking suck. So we got this lined up exactly there. Next bolt a little bit off. Third bolt a long bit off. You know, when I was having trouble making stuff fit on this bumper, when these people just missed a couple days of design school. They sure did, man. This is just crap. But yet they want me to screw this in there. There's no way. I can get two of them, and the third one's going to be off by that much. You know, it's really sad because my lift kit that's sitting in the living room is from these guys. And I really hope I'm not going to have these kind of issues with their parts, their stuff. There's no reason that shouldn't line up correctly. So some yahoo just didn't try or didn't care, and now stuff don't work. You know, this is a huge company. These AEV people, they do V8 conversions straight from the dealership. The reason your Jeep has a hole in its bumper stock is just because of the AEV people to put this kind of crap on. Their workmanship, really, this is terrible. This really is. This is just messed up. Alright, I'm going to drill this one out. I'll send a video to AEV. I don't know. Alright, hope this fits on there. Still got to hook up the water tanks with some stuff. I think I can drill this out, make it fit, make it work. I'm just worried about that it's going to close and I'm going to take out the glass and the tire is still going to fit. Because now that has to stick out that much further. And if my bolt's long enough to go from there to that much further. Alright, so I got this on. The bolt's in there. a long way down through there to tighten up that. This guy's in there with the two at the top like I like. Now we're up to here. It says slide this sucker on there. Fits real nice there, don't it? Go over here. What's going on? Gee, it doesn't fit. Hey, you can turn it upside down. Lines up real nice there. Over here. Gee, it doesn't fit. Imagine that. Truly, these guys just don't have quality control. They don't have anybody checking to see if this stuff works, if the bolts will even fit into there. This is just horrible. On the bright side though, it does not crack my window. Oh man. Right, this is just poor workmanship. You people, you really just did a terrible job. Alright, once you got that drilled out, I think I forgot to paint that. Once I take that back out and paint those things, and you're going to have this kind of clamp here. Just going to put that guy in there and this guy in here, and put one of these guys up into there. Of course you have the clamp in there. There's still a bunch of wiggle going on, but once I tighten this, I think that wiggle will disappear, and this will help the wiggle disappear too. So we're going to put that on. They gave me this. I have no idea what this is for. I really don't. I have none. Look at that. It might fit there if you bend it. I'll bet you that's where it goes. Let's look at the directions. You know, I'll bet you that's what that bulky thing is right there. Slide the edge trim onto the full caddy. Looks like I have to take that off anyway. I was just going to take it off to paint it, but now I'm going to take it off, paint it, and put this guy on here, and then put those back on. Alright, so it's all painted up mostly. Get this guy on. You probably want to bang it with the hammer to get it down far enough. Gonna put these two bolts on. Gonna work on tightening this and tighten the other one. Put the turnbuckle back on. Should be good. Alright, sometimes it helps to remember everything. But this guy is gonna be a 16. That's how long the extension is. Alright. Gonna put this guy back on, thread him through here. 4 washers on the bottom, 4 washers on the top. I'm just looking at my clearance. Wow. That is close. Are you there? That is close. It's hitting there now, but I put a washer in there. But there's going to be a nut going on there too. That is close. If they wouldn't have carved in that slot there, it would have never worked. Alright, 4 washers on the bottom, 4 washers on the top. A washer there, and put a nut up there. I'm going to slide this back onto there. I'm gonna drop the tire on there and see what happens. Gotta find that. Alright, so what I did here is I wrapped some Scotch tape around my washers on the top of this turnbuckle. Did the same thing to get that nut to stay in place with that washer. Those bottom ones are just free. But once you close this thing, I mean, there's just no room to get in there and put those washers on there or put that nut in there. So I'm gonna close this the rest of the way, pick this up a little to get it in there, put my bolt in there and tighten it up. Alright, the Scotch tape thing worked out pretty good. Got those tightened up. I hope everybody's tight. I'm just going to put these guys on the lug nuts here. Wonder which way these go, facing in or facing out. I'm not quite sure, but I'm going to put these on here. See if they have a picture of which way to put these on. Put my tire on here. Hope it's got extra room for my bigger tires that are coming. I'll find out. All that's left after that is to put those pieces on the end of the hose and dunk the hose in the tank. Gives me 10 gallons of gas there. I forgot how much these were, but there's going to be water in there, water in there. I still got to run a line from there to here. And since this is my fill cap, I plan to fill this one full of ice and fill it full of water and run it that way. I guess when you're out in the desert, that ice won't last too long, but it's worth a shot. Let me find out which way to put these on. If I can't find it in the directions, then I won't care. So the rules didn't say which way. I just stuck these on, used the socket to get it as far as the socket would go as deep, and then I'm just using a hammer and extension to bring it on the rest of the way. Because I really don't need the hammer. Then I'm going to put the cap in there. I'm going to put that hose in, a little bit more instruction. Go find that cap. I know I saw it somewhere. I think I can call it done. Oh, I gotta hook up the water tanks. So I found a couple of these button things. Cover up these two holes that were left there. And you just kind of push them in and they go fine. What I didn't notice is these guys here. I have two holes here and I have holes back here that I wish somebody would have told me to put the bolts back in before I put this back on, because I really don't want to take this turnbuckle off again. Maybe if I take it off from here, it'll be easier than undoing it on the washer side. Let me try that. Because I do want to cover up those holes. You probably can't see them, but they're there. They look just like these, but I gotta find the bolts that went in there to cover them up. Somewhere in all my mess. I'll find them somewhere. Alright. Alright. Inside of here, you probably can't see it. There's a little hole in that top of the tank that I was supposed to screw in this barb fitting. You know, before I squeezed that tank in there and got everything to fit. To which, just slide this over there. Then, here's the part I really don't understand. They say somewhere behind your fender will be an access hole filled with foam. You pry out that foam, you take off your light, you go inside here, and you bring this hose up into the inside of your body. Yeah, I don't know if they're trying to access cabin air for the vent. I don't know what is going on there, but I can't see any reason to bring water that close to my tail light. So I'm going to try again, loosen this, try to get that barb on there. If I run this vent, it's certainly not going to go inside the cab. I mean, if it wants air, it can just grab some outside air. It's going to go somewhere outside. The other thing they did, and they said this is critical, these guys must face rearward, and be at a 10-degree angle. What part's critical? That it faces rearward or the 10-degree angle? Because you got to be kidding me, a 10-degree angle? Anyway, they gave you a bunch of zip ties to tie this up to the frame to go to the other tank. I don't know about you guys, but this just looks like a great place for something on the trail to catch that and rip that out. You know, all I can see happening from that is it just ripping this hose out and you losing all your water. It's on the same side. It's just a great brush catcher there. See, when I tied mine to there, they kind of stick out. I'm gonna have to maybe put some more zip ties in there to make it better. Ran it through here. I was scared about that, but if I put it through there, it'd be better. But yeah, that's my bumper hitch. It's kind of close to the electrical here, but it sticks really well there. So then we move over to this pump. I assume you put this guy on here. No, you can't put that on first. And then you can screw this guy in here. And then just use this as a pump. Hopefully it's going to pull water from both tanks. It's a nice little thing here. Also gave you this, which attaches on the inside here. Now, there's no way you're going to get this in there and make it spin, so what I'm going to do is attach it to the inside and cut it where it's right at the bottom. Because that's where it's going to hook up to. So if you had that there and you tried to spin this on there, there's no way that's going to happen. So I'm just going to cut that. And I guess you just keep this in a bag, ready to go. Kind of like how I'm going to keep the one for that. And then this is the normal cap. And when it's time to put that on straight, I'll do better. What is going on? I don't want to mess that up, so I'm going to try it with my other hand. Alright, I found out I forgot to tighten up a couple bolts over there. Like I said, that clear tube I am not going to run through there. I'm going to try to loosen this water tank and get that vent tube on there, but on the outside of the Jeep somewhere. I just twisty tie it to the inside of the fender or something. So there it is. Finally got everything to fit. Got the water tanks here and over here. The weight of the tires held up by the frame. Got a gas tank with 10 gallons. Got my tire mounted, and I found my lock. I would have never guessed it was that. I was looking for something completely different. Alright, should be enough room here to get that 35-inch instead of these 33s on there and put on a lift kit. Someday soon, eh? But I have a spare car. Ranchero's kinda, sorta, maybe happy. Gotta get that exhaust pipe soon before my temporary tags expire. The steering's kinda iffy, but that means I have time to tear down this. Should have just put a plate on this sucker, eh? But I need a truck. I need to carry stuff. And that's got a truck bed. Gotta rip that topper off. I tried, but had some bad luck with it. Back window glass came off really easy. Anyways, I'm out. It's an AEV bumper with a fuel caddy and water tanks and a tire carrier going into the frame. Gonna mount up a high lift jack on here soon. A list. But you know, that jack and CB antenna, and maybe put up a third light and a backup light and a backup camera and a CB, and cheap, it'd be done in no time.